Today, we've got something tasty for you because we're talking about RV cooking stations, and we'll even give you a few recipe suggestions along the way.
Nope. Yep.
Dibs.
Hey, buddy, what's for dinner? That smells really good.
We hear lines like this all the time while we're out on our travels. That or the awkward stares coming into our sight when we're cooking. And I mean, it's not all bad, it just means we're living our best lives over here and have the meals to prove it. Let's just acknowledge that there's 101 ways to do this. Maybe you're a charcoal grill person, or maybe you like gas grills, or maybe you prefer to cook over the fire pit. We're just giving you a possibility along with some pointers on how we like to cook. Take what you want out of our little session here. So this solution may look quite obvious as we're looking at it here, but when we started, we honestly were searching for what our optimal cooking solution would be. Sure, we can cook inside, and we do this a lot, but we like to grill and griddle our food whenever possible. What we have here is our Blackstone 17-inch griddle. No, it's not the large one, but just the right size for our family. It fits plenty of food to feed up to 5 or so at a time. It sits on this cool little table from GCI. This too was a struggle as we first ordered the official looking metal Blackstone one, which was a complete failure. It was heavy, it was awkward, sharp, hard to store, etc. So we sold that thing right away and got this. Here we have a place for paper towels, we have a place on each side to keep both our raw and cooked food separate, and this table is sturdy enough that we can even make smash burgers without worrying about it collapsing. Actually, we've literally cooked hundreds of meals on here since we got it a couple years ago. Okay, let's see how to assemble the station, and we'll talk more about the nuances along the way. We stored this table up in our front compartment. Since the table is relatively light, we can just grab it out easily. Then throw it over here by the rear of our RV where the outside kitchen is located. These are plastic shims we got from Home Depot. We just place these underneath the legs as needed so the table doesn't wobble and is level. We can even further level the griddle with these by placing them under the feet on top if needed. Next, we take out our Blackstone from this outdoor kitchen. You really don't need a fancy pull-out drawer like this, but I find it easier to load and unload it this way. Check out our 2-part series on how we retrofitted this compartment and dumped the useless cooktop that came with the RV. Next, let's hook up the propane. Yes, you can use these small propane canisters like this. However, many RVs are fitted with a quick connect propane line near the outdoor kitchens, and this one is located on the bottom side here. We ordered this accessory hose that adapts the propane quick connect underneath the trailer and then adapts directly to the Blackstone. Note that there is no regulator on this hose. Why, you may be wondering? Well, we already have a regulator at the front of the RV here. No need to run the propane through 2 of them. Actually, from what I understand, that will cause too much fuel flow restriction. Let's get this hooked up like so. Ensure the connection springs back all the way, and then ensure the hose is locked in. Next, we'll flip this valve parallel to the hose to the on position. Let's head on back to the grill and start the ignition process. It may take a moment for the propane to make its way on down the line, so a few ignition temps may be necessary. We'll let this thing start to warm up gradually, starting on low. The Blackstone manual has instructions on proper preheating. While we wait for this dude to heat up, let's take a look at this hood. Just order this with the griddle as it prevents nature from slipping into your food. It also prevents grease from splattering all over the place, which directs our attention back to the RV storage drawer. Note that we don't want to operate the griddle over here for 3 main reasons. 1, we don't want grease to splatter up on our gel coat and potentially damage it. 2, we can't put enough firm pressure on this drawer. For example, making smash burgers over here would rip these drawer guides right off. 3, if a fire were to break out, we have a much greater chance of burning down our rig if it was left in here. Sliding to the right, you can see we have this open area. This is a great space to organize your cooking utensils, dishes, oils, pan liners, paper towels, and a little trash can to keep everything tidy. There used to be a little fridge in here, but this was a much better use of space. Back on the grill, let's get to cooking. We've seasoned this pan with avocado oil since it was new. It's our oil of choice for all of our cooking. Today, we're cooking a variety of foods. Let's start out with this nice batch of pancakes. They taste so good when cooking on this cast iron surface. You know what also is good? Iron Root voiceover for your personal videos or company. Say goodbye to the cold synthetic AI videos and bring back that warm human touch. Link in the description below. We'll follow this up with a few eggs and sausage.
Hey, that smells awfully good. Did you make enough for me?
No, sorry, man. Inflation prices are too high. We'll also cook bacon on this griddle, too. Just look at this. Oh, man. Crispy griddle perfection. If you can follow this up with eggs, the taste is just out of this world. Here we are cooking smash burgers last year. We fed at least 15 people using this grill that night. For lunch, we're going to cook us up some chicken. Just add a few spices on here and let it settle in for a bit. And for dinner, let's make some cheesesteak sandwiches. Recipe compliments of Ghost Dad. This is one of our absolute favorites. Add a bit of seasoning and peppers, and we'll let this thing crisp up as we add some cheese.
Hey, you make enough for 2?
4, actually, and that doesn't include you. Thank you.
Aww.
We like to use tortilla shells instead of bread sometimes. I mean, just look at this, a meal made for a squatch. Excuse me for just a moment. Yes, absolute perfection. When cooking time is done, we immediately clean the griddle off while it's still hot. We'll add a bunch of avocado oil and then wipe off the excess too. Now we'll let this thing sit and cool until after our meal. We disconnect the propane by first turning off the valve, detaching the hose from the RV, detaching it from the griddle, and then placing the hose back into storage. We then spray the griddle off with some of our favorite cleaner, and then we stow and lock the griddle back into its cabinet. And, of course, we'll spray down and clean this table, fold it up, and stash it back into its home. We'll also dispose of this pan liner and clean it up. Don't forget to remove it or your storage door won't close. And it's as simple as that. We've gotten so quick at this process that sometimes we do this for more than one meal per day. But the meals we've cooked on this, it's become our favorite and most practical way to make food. Share your preferred camping and RV cooking methods and meals below. We want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this film, be sure to give it a thumbs up, as this really helps the channel at this pivotal moment. Meanwhile, stay fed, my fellow Squatchologists, and we'll see you next time.